Why are you in my house?
What?
You want to learn about the pygmies? I mean, I was kind of like leaving and stuff. Okay, right, you don't care. Cool, 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 cool. Oh, you mean right now? Like right now? Okay, fine, fine. The people, the people. Let's talk about it. So now we'll have to get more into this to see what the pygmies really did for real. But first we're gonna have to go through Allen and Bregman's rule. Don't worry, it's not complicated, it's not too complex. I think you'll get it just fine. Let's get into it. Now, let's start with Carl Bregman. The time was 1846. He was a German physiologist and anatomist. And he was looking around at different animals in different climates in Europe. And he was looking around like, why is this Arctic fox dressed differently than this summer fox? It's like kind of like how you have like different wardrobes for different times in the summer. Like, oh, they're like, oh, I gotta switch my closets. You know what I mean? They had to switch their closets. They had to get a different body type for the environments that they were in. They had to evolve. Okay, period. As he was looking around, Bregman started to notice like the guys in hotter climates were slimmer. They were skinny, they were itty bitty, they were just skinny like that, they were slim like that. But the guys in the colder climates, they were thick. They had larger bodies. And he was like, wait, this must have to do with the environment they are in because they are literally the same species. Like, what's up with this? This is different. This is new. What's up with that? And he noticed that and he was like, actually, when you really take a look around, people that evolved in hotter climates are usually slimmer, while people that evolved in colder climates were thicker and had more, let's say, robust body frames. And that was really interesting to him. And he came up with Bregman's rule. What was this, 1847, and he was already eating like this? Wow, he ate that. But he came up with Bregman's rule and he was like, no, like, when you see a fox in the Arctic, it's gonna look different than when you see a fox in the forest in a warmer climate. It comes down to larger bodies equaling colder climates and hotter climates equaling slimmer bodies. So cold equals larger, hot equals slimmer. And that's basically Bregman's rule. You got it already. Hey. Now, for Allen's rule. Let's fast forward to about 1877. Joseph Allen was an American zoologist. And he saw Bregman's rule and he was like, I'm about to build on that. I'm about to make it bigger. Let's make it bigger, girl. Like, what else is there to say? Like, he's like, okay, their bodies are bigger, but what about their limbs? And so he's looking around, maybe left to right, up and down, you know what I mean? He's looking around at all these animals in different climates, and he's like, wait, their limb sizes are changing based on their climate. I know, he was like, wait, you gotta hate that. Like, an Arctic rabbit is gonna have shorter ears and shorter arms, while a rabbit in the savannah of Africa, those ears are gonna be huge. They're gonna be gigantic even, no offense to them. And those arms are gonna be much longer. This has to do with thermodynamics. because you were able to dissipate heat much better with longer ears and longer arms. And I mean, same goes for body size. You were able to dissipate heat much better with a slimmer body than you are with a more thick, robust body. As in, the heat is going to be in there, it's going to be in there and controlled if you have a more robust and thick and shorter limbs. Ooh, I gave it away, spoiler. And the guys in colder climates have shorter limbs and shorter arms and like shorter ears and things of that nature. Less things are gonna stick out, you know what I mean? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, so next time they say size doesn't matter, ooh. When it comes to climate thermodynamics, it definitely does. So, Allen's rule. Long arms, hot climates. Short arms, cold climates. You don't want to lose that heat. Keep those arms short, girl. Now I know what you're thinking. Tori, what does this have to do with the Pygmies? I came here to learn about the Pygmies. Pygmy, that's all you guys care about. Like, gosh, jeez. I did promise you I would teach you about them. So let me shut up. But basically, Bregman's rule. Pygmies have slimmer bodies. When you actually look at them, they do have slimmer bodies, like very, very slim. Especially in comparing, just as slim as their counterparts in different communities. So they're following Bregman's rule, but what about Allen's rule? They are incredibly short compared to other communities in Africa. Especially one community where the average height is 7'1". Yes, mama, 7'1", mama. Crazy, girl. But here's the thing, the Pygmies overall have a smaller body. Therefore, they're not breaking any rules necessarily. They just have less heat to dissipate in general. So it allows for them to have smaller limbs. Does it make any sense? Like, if you're itty bitty, what heat do you have to dissipate, girl? There's literally barely any heat in you, girl. Like, you're not gonna have to do all that. They're like, I don't really have to do all that. I don't have to do all the extra limb stuff for y'all because I don't have any, I'm not really collecting any heat in the jungle, in the rainforest. So that's really what their tea is, and that is why they have grown to be necessarily smaller limb-wise, because they're following Bregman's rule, but they're also following Allen's rule with the amount of heat that they have to dissipate, if it makes any sense. They're not necessarily breaking the rules, they're kind of changing its formula in a way. And isn't that kind of innovative? They kind of ate that, period. I also wanted to mention that the Pygmies' stature does not only affect its thermodynamics. And they get this short because they're actually, as they grow up, their growth is actually pretty much even with everyone around, every other community around them. And as they grow, their actual growth stops at around 11 or 12 years old. So they're going to stay that height until adulthood. Unlike many other cultures, their growth doesn't stop until what, 18? Have you ever had a guy that had a huge growth spurt right before high school? These guys aren't getting that. They're stopping at 11 and 12. And immediately, they're ready for the next step. They're ready for reproduction. So they're reproducing faster. And they're also able to move around the rainforest much better than any other community out there. I mean, being short has advantages, I guess. Like, they're not gonna be hitting their head on any limbs. They're gonna be crawling through and able to access food much easier than other communities. Hey. So when they're coming home with dinner, you know how easy, it's much easier for them to access it. It's much easier to maneuver. It's much easier for them to maneuver around the rainforest that way. And I love that for them. Am I right, people? Hey, hey, hey. They say that. So not only are they staying cooler, they're moving quicker and they're birthing quicker. It's giving fast life. It's giving fast movement. It's giving fast reproduction. Period. So they're surviving. They are surviving, they're reproducing, and they're becoming a larger community, larger and larger and larger by the day. Hey, period. Thank you.